Welcome to Brick Math with Dr. D. Today we're going to focus on adding decimals. So first, you're going to need a few things. You're going to need some bricks. You're going to need a base plate. It doesn't matter which size. And you're going to need some markers or colored pencils or something to color in your drawings and labels for your Brick Math pictures. So we are going to begin by building a 10 by 10 100 stud grid. And the way we're going to begin by putting our 1 by 12 connected to our 1 by 10. And then we're going to continue around with the 1 by 12 and the 1 by 10. So when you look at this, you see 10 inside vertically, 10 inside horizontally, which means 10 times 10 is 100 studs inside. That makes it great for looking at money or decimals if you think of each one of these as a penny. So now we're going to build our first decimal. That's 14 hundredths added to 16 hundredths. So for 14 hundredths, I'm going to start with 110 and 4 hundredths in red. And now I'm going to add 110 and 6 hundredths in green. And when I combine these two, I can see that I have 10, 20, 30 studs filled in out of 100, or 3/10 or 30 hundredths. Now when we do our drawing, you can see here I have 10, there's my 4, that corresponds to my 14 hundredths. I have here 16 hundredths, here's my 6 and my 10. So when I add these together, I have 10, 20, 30 hundredths, or 3/10 if we think about the 3 in the 10th place. So now let's try one a little bit more difficult. So in the second one, I have built 4/10 or 40 hundredths added to 2/10 or 20 hundredths added to 4 100ths. So I did this one so that you could see about the zero placeholder here. If you look at my model, I have 10, 20, 30, 40 in orange in both my drawing and my model. I have 10, 20. I have 20 or 2 strips of 10 here in green. And then here I have my 4 100ths. 4 out of 10 are shaded, or 4 out of the whole 100. So here's my 4 100ths. When I add these together, you want to look for compatible numbers. So 40 and 20 I can combine together to get my 60, or my 6/10, 60 hundredths. And then I can simply add by counting on 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have 64 hundredths as my solution. So now let's have you try a couple. Here I have on my adding decimal two opportunities for you to practice. I have 41 hundredths added to 32 hundredths, and I have 2/10 added to 34 hundredths. I purposely here did not put the zero placeholder, so I wanted to see what you could do with that. Try these two and come back and check your work. So welcome back. How did you do on your 2 problems? Did you get 73 hundredths for the first one? And did you get 54 hundredths for the second one? So be sure and check your model and draw your model as I drew mine, and label all of your parts to prove your answer. Thank you for joining us for this session of Brick Math with Dr. D. Join us next time when we explore other math topics.